is no way you can tell these Apple Watches apart. If you found this video by it being suggested, I do all things related to Apple, the good and the bad. If that sounds like your thing, please go ahead and give this video a thumbs up. Don't forget to hit that subscribe button, but more importantly, ring that notification bell so you won't miss my next video when I post it. Thank you. Seriously, there is no way someone could see either of these watches on your wrist and be able to know which model year you have. I do want to apologize to the people who upgraded to a Series 9 or an Ultra 2 from the Ultra or Series 8. I just don't think these are worth upgrading from the previous year. If you're buying your first Apple Watch or have a super old series model, then by all means, the purchase is probably worth it. I put the same bands on the Ultra and Ultra 2, and if I mix these up, I actually did mix them up. The only way I could figure out the difference is by looking in the settings.
You, sir, are a moron.
But I digress. So let's go ahead and get into these unboxings and take a close look at these new watches. Okay, so we're gonna go through both of these watches in this video, and I just wanna do a quick unboxing of each because I do have some things that I wanna add with these watches. Now, I can certainly appreciate Apple going through and updating their products. I've been pretty tough on them when it comes to the lack of updates and the things that just seem just very mid when it comes to it. And you know, listen, there are many people out there that will say in the comment section, which is completely fine, that hey, Mike, you know, not everyone has last year's model or you know of the Ultra or the you know Series 8. So I can certainly understand when people are talking about the idea of, you know, Apple releasing something every year allows for things to be new and fresh for people who don't have last generation or, you know, last year's product or the previous product when it was released. And I totally get that. I totally get it. So I just wanted to get that out of the way as we're opening this up. And right now, I'm doing the Series 9, obviously. And, you know, Apple with their packaging is always very good. I just got the regular band on there because I wanted to talk about some things with this watch more so than, you know, spending more money on a band. That will be in a different video. And what I like about Apple is, you know, they stick an actual size watch on the front. And when you open it up, you pretty much look at what you're looking at on top. The watch is right there to greet you. Buttons and everything are on the same side, so attention to detail is actually kind of cool when it comes to Apple stuff. And, you know, not that other companies out there don't do that. There are plenty that do that, but there are plenty that don't. So there's your cable, and we'll move that to the side. But we want to talk about this. We want to talk about the watch. And, you know, I did a video where I talked about how little the updates have been on this watch and the little that they've done, you know, when it comes to the outside. But I also gave props to the fact that the inside is pretty darn powerful. And they update it. It looks good. It works well. It continues to bring things to the table that, you know, people can definitely use, definitely help them better their life. And people do talk about, you know, taking their fitness to a new level, taking their health to a new level. I can totally respect that and basically say, hey, you know what? I don't think you can go wrong with that. So let's go ahead and pair this, and it's real simple. It's basically just bring your device there, and, you know, it will detect it, and then you just basically put the watch under the camera, and it will take the picture. Oh, phone out of date. Oh, have to get the new OS on the phone.
Freaking idiot.
All right, so we're all set up, and I was wondering if you guys could just amuse me for a moment as I put this on. You know, as far as a watch series, I'm not a huge fan of, you know, just how it looks on my wrist. I feel like it's a little smaller on that now. You know, I'm also not a big fan of the design. After using the Ultra, you know, I'm really a fan of the bigger watch, the bigger face. You know, it's just what I like. But As far as the watch goes, I mean, listen, the series watch has come a long way since the first one. When it comes to the design, not so much. I mean, we've gotten colors on these and everything, and different screen sizes, a little bit larger, you know, whatever. But really where the big change has come is on the inside. Everything is updated. It's just, you know, night and day different experience from what you've had, of what you had on other watches and whatnot. So, I mean, it's just impressive for what it's done, for what it is, and you know, everything that it offers. So, you know, I don't really know what else to say because everything's on the inside. It's a walkthrough watch, right? I mean, I have my wife's watch right here, which is her Series 8, you know, and obviously not the same watch face on that. Obviously hers is the 41, I believe, is what they had. But I mean, as far as the watch goes itself, I mean, it's basically the same design we've had for many years. And, you know, it's great. I don't think there's anything terribly wrong with it. Screen's gotten a little bit larger, you know, over the years, which I think is good. But, you know, when you have a design like this, it really shows just how good it's gotten, you know, and how much wider it's gotten. Go ahead and leave a comment down below and let me know what you guys think. Let's move on to the Ultra now. And I think that's really where I think there's a big difference when it comes to, you know, between the series and the Ultras. As far as the differences from last year to this year, I'm not so sure. I'm not so sure. So we'll move mine to the side right here. We'll go ahead and open this up. The unboxing experience. I did a video on this, you know, last year. They really kind of give you this booklet that really plays to the ruggedness and the difference of the watch and everything. So, you know, we've seen that once. We've seen it 100 times. I did get one of the new Ocean bands because I didn't get that last time. As a matter of fact, I got one of these, which I really found that I didn't like. So I ended up getting one on Amazon. This is an Amazon one that I've been wearing for a while now, and I absolutely love it. So, you know, here we go again with the Apple branded, Apple style bands that they have on this. And, you know, hey, new color, new you, right? I mean, it's a cool color. It looks good, you know, as far as bands go. And I have, again, I talked about these in the video, just the differences between this and the band on Amazon. It's definitely more bulky here and a better quality. So that's the band. But we're here to see the watch. The watch is something that if you haven't gotten an Ultra, you're definitely going to be interested in, you know, maybe moving up and picking one of these up. I was kind of hoping they would do a different color.
It's fine. Everything is fine.
So what are you going to do? There is your charging cable in there. You get that. And here's the watch itself. Now, as far as, you know, differences, there is really none. It's literally the exact same watch as last year on the outside. Now, you know, it's funny, using this all year long, it'll be interesting to see close up just how much cleaner, perhaps, the Ultra 2 is. You know, just from using this, if it's faded at all. I'll do that in a closer shot to be able to see if these really look any different. Okay, so I got this set up, and it actually didn't take too long, comparable to the series watch. But here is my old one and new one side by side. And honestly, the main quote-unquote feature that was talked about is how much brighter the 2 is than the standard Ultra. Honestly, I can't tell. You know, maybe I'll see a slight difference, but you're certainly not going to be able to tell on camera. Now, maybe I need to do this out in the sun. Maybe we should do that and try that in one of the videos.
Goddamn bright out here.
Now, the only other difference between the Ultra and the Ultra 2.
At a waypoint using just your voice with the new on-device series.
Future Mike here. I need to stop this for a second because I'm about to test Ultra 2 versus the Ultra 4 offline Siri. And the results are obviously they both work. And when I'm watching the event and going over and just verifying my information, it turns out that is available on both devices as a part of watchOS 10 and Series 9, Ultra 2, Ultra, all of them that can get watchOS 10 have it. And I believe it's also available on iOS 17 as well. So when you watch these events, sometimes when they spout these things off, if you don't go back and check just a little bit, you realize that this isn't new to the device. This isn't a hardware thing. This is a software thing. The same thing goes for the double tap that they talk about in the middle of the keynote, which is something that's just available on accessibility. It was always available on accessibility. In fact, I think I tried it a while ago. So nothing new. So I go through this whole thing, and the reason why I am jumping on here is I want to add some context because I go into something that's extremely important in the video, and I just wanted to just say, hey, this is why it doesn't sound right. And this is the only way that I could do it, because going back and reshooting it, the times would change, and I just want continuity, and I want to be able to explain to you that I messed up. So it happens. And we're going to jump right into a point where I'm talking about comparing scores, and that's when I jump into the next part. So that's it. So back to the video now that you know. I can tell which one's brighter now, at least. I don't know if you guys can or not. If I hold that up closer, can you tell who's brighter? I don't know. Listen, okay, I think I've put you through, guys. It got guys through enough. I was gonna put the old band on the new watch and the new watch on the old band and do that, but I'm not gonna do that to you guys again. And what do I mean by again? Well, to be completely honest with you guys, I put the new band on the Series 4.
You sit on a throne of lies.
And I didn't put anything on. I didn't even show you what the new one looks like. Now, you can tell the difference between those two.
I knew it.
And I think it's only the shading in the color. And obviously the watch is just a little bit larger because they didn't have a 45 millimeter. So I'm coming clean. So that wasn't even the watch. And, ultimately they still look exactly the same. So sorry if I tricked those who were thinking that they were looking at the newer watch. But, I come on. They look exactly the same. You couldn't even tell. And when you're looking at it in person, you have a larger watch, and they've got a nice black design on there, which I absolutely love, on that black aluminum. It's just so cool. They only had it in gray before, and you can definitely see that this is more colorful on this. So props to them, but that's not a reason to upgrade. And to be completely honest with you guys, I mean, you probably couldn't even tell the difference.
I'm sorry, Infinity!
I'm sorry that I lied to you all. And as a matter of fact, right now, this screen looks brighter on my old one than this does in person. So, I'm sorry.
I'm sorry.
When it comes to functionality, I don't know. They feel the same to me. They feel like they move at the same rate. I know that's not true, because I did feel like my watch was faster when I got a newer one. So this is not available on Watch 17 or is it Watch 17? Is that what it is? I think so. But regardless, I lied, and I'm sorry. Please don't be mad. But there's the new Series 9. It looks pretty color. I did not get a colorful one. Probably should have got the pink, but then I couldn't pull that prank on you guys. So as far as just overall design, you guys can see that they look exactly the same. And when it comes to the brightness, I honestly I don't know if I can tell that much of a difference, honestly. So if you have one, you're probably fine to keep the one that you have. I do need to do one thing here before I go, and that's just to prove to you guys that I'm not using two Ultra 2s to bash it. If we go to General and we go to About, you can clearly see here that this is model A2622. This is model A2686. And you can tell that I have a bunch of stuff on my old one here. Look, all the photos and everything on there, and this one's new. It doesn't have anything on it. And capacity. This isn't something that they talk about. The capacity on the new one is 64 gigs. The capacity on the old one's only 32. So that's new. Okay. There you go. That's a reason. Got to cover up all that information on there because you can't see that, but this has 64 gigs and this has 32. So if you're someone that puts a lot of stuff on your watch, that's a reason. If you feel like you're running out of space. I mean, I have 20 gigs available on there. I don't put music on my watch. So if you put music on your watch, that's a bonus, right? I mean, they didn't talk about that during the event. And so there you go. If there's anything that you actually want to see on these watches, go ahead and leave a comment down below and let me know. If you want to see my first look at the iPhone 15s, go ahead and check out this video right here. Don't forget to hit that subscribe button and ring that notification bell so you won't miss my next video when I post it. See ya.